be someone who is looking to dent the significance of something with pranks or with malice, but I believe that giving undue attention to people who are looking to distract from important issues is counterproductive in any world. But we do have, we just posted today, I think I'll post it later today at the Carnegie Council, a mission statement that addresses, for the project, that addresses some of those issues. And I can just highlight them for you very quickly to answer your question.
Yes, thank you.
Transparency is incredibly important. Fearlessness is incredibly important. We will not be deliberately incendiary in presenting our findings. In other words, if we encounter something that appears to be incendiary, we are cautious about the way we're framing our findings, but we are giving equal weight to everything we encounter. In other words, we are approaching this with our hands in the air, feeling as if we are learning everything we are learning from scratch, and we are looking to see how the subject is being presented in Second Life at this time and place. Another important thing, and I learned this from Lila Cabell, who is the president of the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development. She is my personal accountability partner on the subject of race, and she is currently working with a group of almost 100. Sure, of course.
What's a personal accountability partner?
Well, in short, when I wrote Big Easy Money and spent 6 months going back and forth from New Orleans, which is a former thriving slave trade hub, I realized that I did not understand the extent of American racism. And so I met Lila and asked her if we could take a civil rights quest across the American Deep South. She was friends with Rosa Parks for 40 years and runs the Institute. And she agreed. At first she didn't agree because she said she was afraid I was looking to have a, quote, drive-by relationship with a black face. And so for several nights in a row, she interviewed me and agreed to go. And we did. And during that quest, I learned several principles that are informing this project. First of all, if you sense a problem in your family, your community, or your world, you can look first at yourself to see how you might inadvertently be perpetuating the problems that you perceive, and then change your own perspective accordingly. You should speak in I statements, taking accountability for your statements, not we statements or they statements, which sounds easier than it is. And then you should always attempt, or I should always attempt, I guess, speaking in I statements, to meet people where they are, which again sounds easy, but it's very difficult when you're looking at cultural issues, as we are. And so what we're doing is applying those principles of cultural vulnerability, understanding that when you do not grow up or experience a culture firsthand, it is going to seem foreign or intimidating or perhaps not quite right. We grow up believing that what we learn is accurate and that other systems are less accurate. But the fact of the matter is, religion is a very serious issue, and as you mentioned, it is like playing with fire. You can't talk about Islam without talking about God. And as soon as God gets introduced into the subject, it becomes a very hot button issue. So we are trying to look at this as individual people and groups in Second Life who are attempting to creatively share a part of themselves and their cultures with the rest of the community. And we are documenting that process.